Hi, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are. This is an update on the situation with the dangerous dog. I apologize for seeming so nervous or whatever. It's just that I've been an emotional wreck. As you all know, that been following or whatever, I had my court date. I was not allowed to call into court like I thought. I had to do a video call. You can hear my birds in the background. They're like, hey, singing. I apologize for my mess. I haven't put my critter supplies away, so you'll see that in the background. Hi, hi, Belinda. How you doing, man? Good to see you, girl. I'm a little bit nervous. You have to hold with me. It's a long process today. I'm gonna have a cigarette, and I'm trying to quit. I started smoking again. But anyways, so the hi. So as I'll give you like a quick update. I'll give you a quick update. So I called into court. He The judge was really good. The prosecutor was really good. When you do a video call in court for a dangerous dog situation, I think it's like preferential. Puppy's eating his brunch. If you hear crunching in the background, here you go, puppy. So I had to wait my witness box. You don't get to hear any other witnesses because they want it to be influenced on your testimony. I did it. I broke down. They asked me if I wanted to take a break. I'm like, no, I want to continue. They showed the photos of Regal's injury when Phoenix attacked him, and that was hard to go through it. I broke down again, but I did it. I did my witnessing. Then afterwards, I got put back in the box. They went for lunch, and then after that, the other witness went through, and then after that, you could stay listening to the full court, which was like pretty much all the way till 4 o'clock the next, in the evening. Cause it's like started at around 9:30, and then it went to about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I got to hear everybody else's testimony. And then when the prosecutor was representing her case to the court, she restated everything that the witnesses had said. It wasn't just my dog; it was also another woman's dog that was a older dog, a shepherd mix, fixed, that got attacked by Phoenix, and unfortunately, the dog ended up with like because where the bites were around the dog ended up with sorry, it's emotional for me. Ended up with uh, infection in the gland, and then led to difficulties, and she had like lots of vet bills because of the attack, and then a few weeks later the dog passed away. But she said that the dog just passed away from old age or something, right? But when the judge heard absolutely everybody, including the animal control people, and I don't know who else is watching, but hello, the animal control officers and everybody else's, and my witness of not just only my attack on my puppy, but also like what I've witnessed around the neighborhood and what I experienced firsthand. So there's no hearsay from other people. Um, hi, John. Hi, John. So all together, like it was really hard, and the person did not show up in court. He did put a plea in of not guilty, but he was very uncooperative. He was charged 12 charges. That's a lot, like 12 charges. The animal control here in Canada are very good. Here in Ontario, especially, they went to his store and asked him to do things. They sent him literature and oops, sorry, um, stuff on it to try to talk with him. And each time they approached him on the matter of his dog being dangerous, they were like, "Hey, we need you to get a tag that says dangerous dog. We need to take a photo of the dog, the database. We need you to go to classes and teach your dog, and we need you to put a dangerous dog sticker on your door, and we need you to um, make sure his rabies shots are up to date, and we need you to, what was the other one? Muzzle. You have to wear the muzzle, or you could get fined I think it's like $1,500 to be fined." He did not comply to any of that. Nothing. He did nothing. When they showed up on his doorstep, he slammed the door in her face, and she was able to get some of the information in the door as it closed, and her partner was able to take a snapshot picture that they were there and that they did advise him, this is what you need to do in order to protect your dog's life and also to protect the safety, and then you don't have to go to court. You won't be charged as long as you work with them. But he didn't do it. And then my officer that I talked to, when he showed up at his door, he basically told him to fuck off. So he did not do anything. He didn't get the license. The only thing he did do was when he brought his dog into a bar and it attacked somebody in the bar, he then was ordered for, hey, leave Alex alone, Regal. Sorry, kids. Hey, get over here and finish your brunch. He did get rabies shots for the dog. And so Animal Control waived the licensing fee for him to get the license. They waived it. He didn't have to pay. That's the only thing that happened. He didn't get the dangerous dog. He didn't get the picture taken. He didn't go do the training. He didn't do the muzzle, and he didn't even show up for court. Okay, so this is the hardest part. Hi, Lily. This is the hardest part. Sorry. I advocated for Phoenix not to be put down. Okay, I wanted Phoenix to be removed out of the area so our community is safe, because we have a lot of children, and my neighbor has 3 kids that have a puppy, and I fear for them. Okay, especially what I witnessed, and especially what my community friends and family have told me with their experiences, because there's been 12 other people that were either they were attacked physically, like human beings attacked, or their dog was attacked viciously by this dog that was relentlessly attacking them. So, like, I still advocated for Phoenix to be removed, rehabilitated, and muzzled. I advocated for that. The judge came back. Give me a minute. Sorry. The judge came back and he said euthanization. That's what's going to happen. That's the best way I can put it to you. So Phoenix is going to get euthanized, and Rocco is going to be charged because of his low income. And he said like he's going to lose his dog. This is what the judge said. He's going to lose his dog. So we're going to have compassion here. He's not financially stable, so we'll have compassion there. So he waived off 2 charges, and then he was like 500 for the rest of the charges, and then 100 and 500 for my attack, and 1,500 for the other person's attack. I don't see the money. The city, the courts, they see the money. It's a fine thing, and if he doesn't pay it within a year, he could do jail time. So, deep breath. Does anybody have any questions? Regal's doing fine, by the way. He's over there terrorizing the cat, eating his French. Stop bugging the kitty. I'll put him on screen in a minute. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Hi, Lily. Oh, it's Lily. Hi, Lily. Hi, John. Hi, Belinda. Yeah, so the whole thing was very, very frustrating, very emotional. Sorry for my all over the place. It's just, I'll try to make it short, but it's just emotionally just drained. I haven't slept proper. I'm going to have my cigarette with you. I'm breaking the rule. Just want to not smoke. I'll go get a vapor later. Quit smoking. Apologize for that. Then this is the kicker. This is why, I'm doing this video for the update today, because I couldn't do it yesterday. I had a feeling yesterday, it was Friday, that something was up when I seen 3 vans sitting at the bottom of my street where there's a cross street. I think it's the park, and there's like 3 vans. Hi, Brian. There was like 3 vans parked there, and I had a feeling that they were picking up Phoenix that day, yesterday, and so I went to the church and picked up some stuff for Puppy, like blankets and toys and stuff, and I came back and they were still there. And then I come back to my building, and I go inside my building, and I went to take my pup Regal out, and I'm like, I had a feeling not to, so I always go by intuition. So I went to my back door. Check this out. So I went to my back door, and I looked out the back door window, and guess what I seen? I seen his roommate with Phoenix, and I knew right away that he was trying to hide the dog, right? So I didn't take my pup out, so I snuck out the front, went up the side streets, and went over to the vans. I'm like, hey, dude, he's in the back parking lot. His roommate's with a dangerous dog, right? Phoenix, in the back parking lot. right? And I'm like, are you guys here to pick him up today? And he's like, yeah. And I went, and I said, I appreciate you guys. I know you have a hard job to do today. I just devastated because I know that they're gonna put Phoenix down, but he is a dangerous dog. And this is the catcher. When I walked back up the street and I was heading towards my building, Phoenix looked right at me and was wagging his tail because it's not me he hates. He thinks I'm still his friend, and I ignored him and I walked by because there's police there and there's like the vans are at the corner and there's police talking with the owner, and I was just devastated that that dog, you know. And another thing too. Oh yeah, 2 days before this happened, Phoenix looked at me. I didn't say nothing because his roommate was walking the dog, and Phoenix looked at me and wagged his tail, and I just and the guy the guy doesn't know me, so he's like, oh, he wants to be friends, and I'm thinking, this is a dog that has attacked people and other dogs, and you're telling me, right, without a muzzle, that you want me to go up and say hi to this dog, right? I know the dog. I don't. The roommate and I don't know each other, but I know the dog, right? And I just act like I don't know him, and I went into my building. And then the same thing yesterday, like when I was walking by, Phoenix did the same thing, and this just my heart was completely crushed because like Phoenix and I used to be friends. I knew this dog when he was a puppy, and he had a hard life. His owner, I'm gonna say owner because he's not a parent at all. He doesn't think of that dog, his dog, as family because number one, he yells at the dog, he yanks at the dog, and then he lets the dog do whatever the hell he wants. And when he gets annoyed with the dog, he yells at the dog. And this dog is small, but he's a massive mix, like a massive type dog. So like he's tough. So he yanks him off his feet all the time. And imagine a dangerous dog that's attacked people and attacked other puppies out of control, right? And he did nothing, absolutely nothing. This is what you guys have to understand. This person did nothing to help his dog, and he was offered help free of charge, free courses, free training, free everything, helping with the muzzle, help with the licensing, helping with everything. And he didn't want to do nothing. He told basically everybody to fuck off. And then yesterday, he tried to tell them when he came to pick him up. I'm pretty sure he is picked up. I haven't got the phone call yet to make sure that it's safe for my pup to be out. So I'm just all over the place. But yesterday, he tells them that he thought the court date was in May, figuring that they'll be like, oh, okay, we're not going to pick up your dangerous dog today, right? So, like, the guy just bullshits out his ass and does not do the responsible thing to save his dog's life and to keep our community safe. We have children here. His dog walks about 6 to 12 feet ahead of him and can yank him off his feet and get out of his hand because he has this dollar store leash that's tied to him, so it's very easy for it to slip out. And it's like, dude, if you really love your dog, you got to do the responsible thing. You got to be able to control your dog and make sure it's in a muzzle. So if it's anybody's fault at hand, it's the person that owns the dog. And for his roommates to walk around the area being so naive, so stupid, and so fuck you to the world is another thing that just boggles my mind. Like, how you can be so irresponsible with a living being. I wish with all my heart that Phoenix isn't going to be put down, but he is because of this person's action. My pup was attacked when he was 9 months old, not even 40 pounds yet. And this dog was relentless. He had bites here on his ear and a drag mark on his leg and underneath his chin. If he wasn't wearing the fencing collar, he would have been dead. He would have been dead, and I would have been in jail. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And that lady with the older dog, she didn't have a chance either. She heard scuffling. My neighbor that lives 2 buildings over, her dog got attacked in the hallway, and then this guy allowed his dog to run up and down the hallway free, off lead, without a muzzle, and that dog would go to her door and sniff, and they'd be sitting in there with their dog, terrified. And then, like, about a month and a half ago, she and her dog were out, and she was trying to fix the dog's collar near a van, and Phoenix attacked again. And then she went to intervene, and he ripped into her hand, and she had to be sent to the emergency room. So this is serious shit. And this is why the judge is like, I heard everybody's account. He had the first court case with the dog attack in a bar. He took the dog, a dangerous dog, in a bar, unmuzzled. And then you have everybody else's account, right? And then you have my account, and like there's still one more pending court date that happened at the end of this month, and it's just like, just no way. Like I'm gonna say again, I advocated to save this dog's life, to be removed, rehabilitated, and also during a rehabilitation process, they could see if the dog could have a good life, a good life. But there was just no. The judge is like no, and I'm just like, I'm just like, I'm just devastated. I wish there was a pause on live. Sorry for my emotions, but I'm absolutely crushed for Phoenix, not for the asshole, but for Phoenix, because he didn't have a fucking chance with this guy. And it wasn't the first time this guy had a dog. I remember when I first lived here. I lived here for like 10 years now, almost 11. His first dog was mean, vicious. That dog actually did have a muzzle, believe it or not. And that dog that dog had health issues, and that's why the dog's not here no more. And then they ended up, people felt sorry for the guy, so they helped him adopt Phoenix. And I knew Phoenix, and Phoenix was a good pup. But Phoenix was yelled at all the time, yanked on all the time, allowed to do things, and then yelled at again. And then he just, like, when you see the dog walking down the street, every other month or so, you could just see the change in the dog. When you look at it in the eye, you can see the emotional change in the dog, where he looks happy to see you, but he also looks frustrated. When you walk down the street and you just watch those two walking together, you can see that Phoenix just wanted to do his own thing and basically wanted to tell that guy to fuck off. I'm going to do my own thing, and didn't look happy. And it's really sad. Everybody in the area has seen it. Everybody in the area felt bad for that dog. And then after this fact, my community friend up the road, starts text messaging me from midnight till like the very next day, all right, last week, telling me that I'm a horrible person, that I'm putting this dog to death, and that I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Like, I don't have a right to go to court and tell my side of what's going on, to protect my family, to protect my community. I'm not allowed to say. I'm advocating to save the dog's life. I'm advocating for safety for my community and for my family, and I don't have a right. And he was just going on and on what a horrible person I was, and that he's going to report me for being a bad person. He's going to make my life a miserable hell. And it's like, it's out of my control, man. I'm not the one that makes the decision. The judge makes the decision. So his decision was euthanization for the dog, fines and for the owner, and if he doesn't pay it, jail time. And I'm pretty sure they picked him up yesterday. I have not got my confirmation call, but the cops are down. It's final once the paperwork go through and they're there. So yeah, that's that's basically my update. Sorry for being like really intense or whatever, but it's just been a really long journey. Like since June 29th last year up till like today, we've been dealing with like this stress strain, post-traumatic stress disorder, literally. Pup went through his healing process and everything, and now even after the fact, I got to keep my eye out for those two guys, right? The roommate and him, if there's going to be any retaliation because they took his dog away yesterday and euthanized him. I could hear the police yesterday saying, like, I know you're upset, but you have to do the right thing. You know what I mean? And then he turns around and says, like, oh, I thought the court date was in May. Like, don't bullshit anybody, man. He got sent papers. He's been served. Like, they've talked with him. He put in a plea of non-guilty, and he just didn't show up. But he'll find any excuse at all for whatever his reasons are. I'm trying not to judge on that direction because I don't know what his motivation is, except for what I know with my own experiences, that he doesn't give a fuck. I can tell you that right now, that guy doesn't give a shit. Give me a minute. I got my Game Boy cup. So my heart goes out to everybody that loved Phoenix and was friends with Phoenix. But my heart doesn't go out to that guy, and I'm sorry for saying that. Sorry, I'm smoking cigarettes today. the reason why my heart doesn't go out to him like that is because he didn't give a shit. It says I got a slow connection, but he didn't give a shit about his dog. Since the year 2021, he did not do anything to ensure public safety or his own dog's safety. All he had to do was put a muzzle on his dog, take a picture, set it into the dangerous dog people, wear a tag that says dangerous dog, and make sure that this dog doesn't go around other dogs. This dog doesn't go around children. This dog doesn't go around other people, and go get educated with the courses that they provide. He didn't do any of that from 2001 to 2025. That's a long stretch of like, hey, he's being irresponsible. You gotta be responsible if you love your family member. You know what I mean? So if he wants to be upset at anybody, he should be upset at himself. So I'm sorry it's such a dark update, but things are gonna get better. On the other side of things, even though it's a happy relief, a sad relief, and I can feel I have freedom back with Puppy, and I don't have to worry about him being attacked. It's going to be good for us. We could have our life back. Like last December, I was going to take him out to go get a bath at like a spa. I call it Spa Day, SPAW Day at the Pet Value, right? My buddy was running late, so I figured, well, I got to make the appointment. So I go between my building and the fence, and I go walking up towards the street. And immediately, Phoenix is there with his owner, and Phoenix is like, immediately. So I had to turn around and run back to my building, call my friend, going, dude, we can't go yet. So I called a pet shop, going, dude, we can't show up yet. I gotta find a way to get there because his dog's in the area. It's insane. So if that dog was still here, I'd have to live like that with my pop's life at risk, right? My neighbors at risk, the community at risk. 12 people were affected by this guy's actions. 12 people. That's 12 lives. That's half of them were puppies. Well, everybody who involved is people too. So it's like about 6 or 7 puppies. And like the rest are like, well, 12 people. And like this guy doesn't get it, and he's going to use the excuse of like, I thought it was me. He'll use any excuse not to do anything. I'm going on and on. But you know what? The good thing is that the judge, the prosecutor, and the defendant for him, the person that was defending him, tried to do the most compassionate thing for everybody, including him, to do the right thing, to show compassion on all sides, right? Compassion towards him, compassion towards the other puppies, and compassion towards Phoenix. And that's the best thing ever for him to actually be in their hands on that one, because he won't have to suffer abuse from this guy, and everybody's safe. And I know it's like a really dark update, but it's the truth of what's going on and what happened. And I apologize for smoking, but it's just so like, my nerves are shot and I'm just so heartbroken and then so relieved. It's like, how can you feel heartbroken on one end and then relieved on the other? I want to enjoy my freedom. I want Pop to enjoy his new freedom. I still have to be a little bit cautious though, because they live so close to me and I don't know if there's going to be repercussions from the human beings, but at least we could walk around the area now without having to, I don't have to fear that Rico could get killed. Rico could get re-attacked. I don't have to worry about my neighbor's kids walking their pup and something happening to them. And I wish the best for this guy. I hope he learned a lesson. I hope that he could see that he made a mistake. And I wish that he would get rid of his fuck you attitude. We live in a society together with animals. We have to learn to get along and do the responsible thing. If you're having trouble and you're struggling, there are organizations like animal welfare, animal control. It's not a dirty word, animal control. They're there to protect the animals, number one. That's their job, right? And that's their passion. And number two, human society. We work together as a team. This shit wouldn't fucking happen. You understand me? If we work together. Like, what's the old saying? Like, it takes a village, it takes a community. It takes a community. It takes a village. And if you're struggling, work with your community. Reach out for fucking help. Save your furry family members, man. Because at the end of the day, You're the one that's responsible for their life. So do the right thing. If you're struggling, get help with people out there that can help you and save your family member's life and keep your community safe and other furry community members safe. That's all I got to say, man. Just do the right thing. I love you guys, and thank you so much for putting up with me. And next time I give you an update, it will be with me and Regal. And I promise you it'll be a happy update. And you can see his smile. He fell asleep right now. I don't want to wake him up. You'll see us at a park. Maybe with Trillium Maxine or Grace and Frankie or Lincoln. You know, one of the swan areas that Pup and I usually go to. So spring's coming, baby. So be prepared to see some live videos with me and Pup there, and have other updates to tell you about. You know, because we adopted a new family member a couple of months ago, but this shit's been so crazy, I didn't even get to update you guys on that. But I wanted to tell you, Slow Connection. Is it still working? I just want to tell you how much I really appreciate you guys and love you. And sorry for like being all over the place. I'm just so like, just get the whole thing over with. I just wanted to like rip out all those nasty emotions. But the best thing I do is like I take Pop out when I can, like, you know, when we play in a safe zone, and I spend time with my critter family, and I go out in nature, and I do my rock and roll. You know what I mean? Like keep it balanced, baby. So nature and music all the way. Thanks for listening. Peace. Rock on, and go do the right thing. Go be responsible. All right? There's no shame in going, hey man, yo, I need some help. You know what I'm saying? No shame in that. That's why they're there. That's why community's there. Reach out so that you can save lives, you know, from being affected by something worse that could happen, and you can save your own family member's life. So yeah, with heavy heart but relieved, this is Soda and Regal, who is sleeping. Back on.